We all need a little yoga to help relieve stress, to help move our bodies, just to take some time for ourselves. Guarantee just taking out this little bit of time, you'll feel much better afterward in your body and in your mind. All right, so go ahead and come to a comfortable seat. You can roll your shoulders up and back a few times. I'm going to go through a short Vin Yin Flow, going through some Vinyasa, and we'll do a little bit of core and then finish with some deep stretching and some longer holds to really allow our bodies to relax towards the end of class. All right, so go ahead to start. Take one hand towards your heart, one hand to your belly. Maybe close your eyes. Just soften your gaze, and we'll start with just a few deep breaths. So taking long, deep inhales in through your nose. Long, deep exhales out through your nose. Making your inhales and your exhales about the same length. Noticing as you breathe in, your belly fill up with air, your ribs expand, and your chest rise. And as you exhale, it happens in reverse. Your chest drops, your ribs knit together, and your belly empties out. Take a moment to just kind of notice and acknowledge anything that is on your mind. And really try to bring it back to the present. Back to being here now during this class time. Using your breath as a tool to help bring you back to the present if your mind starts to wander. Using your breath on and off the mat to help relax your body, to help calm your mind. Let's take one more deep breath here. Very good. And then you can slowly open up your eyes, bring your hands to your heart center. We're just going to add some gentle movement to our breath, warming up. So let's inhale, reach our arms out and up. Feel the sides of your body lifting up, reaching up nice and high, maybe looking up towards your hands. Exhale, slowly bring your hands back down. Really trying to move with your breath. Inhale, reach, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, come back down. And one more time, reach up. All right, from here, you're going to take one hand to the opposite knee, opposite hand behind your back. Easy seated twist. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, look over your shoulder. Nice deep breath in and out. Next inhale, reach out and up again. Exhale, we're going to switch sides. Opposite hand to opposite knee, other hand behind your back. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Inhale, find length. Exhale, look over your shoulder. Nice neck stretch. Inhale, reach out and up again. From here, we're going to interlace our hands. We're going to bring our palms away from us, around our shoulders like a seated cat pose. Round your back. And then from here, we're going to sit up straight, lifting our arms up, back towards our ears, palms up towards the sky. And then we're going to take our hands behind our back, interlace those hands again, draw your shoulders down and back. So I love this posture because it helps to counter all the forward hunching that we do over our phones, over our computers, driving, just the normal daily stuff that we do. If you want from here, you can just look forward or even start to look up. All right, very good. From here, we're going to transition onto our hands and knees. All right, so a few rounds of cat-cow pose, spreading out the fingers, knees under your hips, moving with your breath, with intention. Inhale to lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the chest up, look up. Exhale, round your lower back, round your upper back, chin to chest. Okay, so go ahead and go through these two movements a few more times, warming up your spine, just going at your own pace through cat and cow. starting to get a little bit warm. All right, maybe one more round of cat-cow. And then you're gonna come to a neutral tabletop. From here, we're gonna take our right leg back, flex the foot, keep the toes on the mat dry, your shoulders apart, lift up through the core, opposite arm comes forward. If you feel stable here, go ahead and lift that back leg up. Press through the back of it, the heel, long straight line between your fingers and the back of the heel. So great pose for balance. So a good pose for core strength. Energy through the arms, the back of the heel, deep breaths. Good, and then go ahead and release. We'll switch sides. Opposite leg back, flex that foot, draw the shoulders apart, lift up through the core. Right arm reaches forward, opposite arm comes forward, lift that back foot up. Energy through the back of the foot, through the arm. Gaze is just towards the front of your mat, coming back to your breath. Good, release. We're gonna do that one more time on each side, adding on as an option. Take that right leg back, left arm forward, option to stay here, option to lift that back leg up, or higher option, we're gonna add some crunches. So on an exhale, bring the elbow to the knee, round the back a little, inhale, reach and lengthen. We'll do about 4 more. Exhale, elbow to knee. If you're not crunching, you're just gonna hold this position for 5 breaths. 2 more. All right, on that last one, we're gonna hold it here, a few more breaths. Higher option, bend that back knee, reach your hand back, find the top of your foot maybe, and then press the foot into the hand, opening up the quad. Gaze down for better stability, or if you want more of a challenge, you can look over that shoulder. All right, good job. We're gonna go ahead, release, maybe take a quick child's pose before we do the other side. Sitting back towards the heel, bringing the forehead down, stretching your arms, your shoulders, your back. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Opposite leg back. Take your time to set up. Draw the shoulders apart, lift up through the core. Reach that arm forward, lift that leg up when you're ready. Option to just focus on staying here, or you can add the crunch. Exhale, elbow to knee, maybe a little round in your back. Inhale, reach and lengthen, moving with your breath. Exhale, elbow to knee, inhale, reach. 2 more. Last one, we're gonna hold it out here. Either hold it here, few extra breath, or bend that back knee, reach your hand back. Try to find the top of that foot, pressing the foot into the hand. Open up that quad. Either eyes stay down for more balance or more of a challenge, looking over that shoulder. 1 more deep breath. Reach the arm out, come back down. Take a child's pose. From here, we're gonna make our way into downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, spreading out the fingers, super important to protect the wrist. Lift the hips up and back. All right, from here, just stretch it out. So bending one knee, straightening the other, and then switching, walking your dog. Making any adjustments here. You just want to kind of feel this. Nice stretch in your whole body. Maybe bending the knees a little to send your stomach towards your upper thigh, to send your hips up and back. Relax your head and neck, so your chin's towards your chest. Little external rotation of the shoulders, slight internal rotation of the inner thighs. All right, from here, we're just gonna walk the feet up to the hands, ragdoll forward fold. Deep bend in the knees, you can grab the elbows, lift up through the hips, relax the head, maybe sway side to side. Spread out the toes. Maybe bringing your weight back towards the heels, forward, and then forward towards the ball of the feet, and just settling in the middle. From here, we'll inhale to come to a half lift. So straightening your legs, hands to your shin, draw the shoulders away from your ear. Energy, reach forward, flat back. Exhale, fold forward deeper. Maybe a micro bend in the knees, lifting up through the hips. Next inhale, reach the arms either forward or out to the side. Lengthen through your spine. Extended mountain pose. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just pausing here, reminding yourself of your intention at the very beginning of class. From here, we'll start with a sun salutation C variation. Inhale, reach up, moving with the breath. Exhale, fold forward. Take a big step back with your left foot. Pausing here in this runner stretch for a moment. Front knees over your ankle. Take that back knee down and back. Untuck the back toes. From here, we're going to make our way up. So lengthening through your spine, finding your balance. Reach the arms up, low lunge. So option, whatever feels better for you, you can sink in towards that front hip, or you might want to stay up a little bit higher. Either way is fine. From here, bring your hands down. You're going to lift that back knee up. Step the front foot back. We're coming to a plank. Option to come down to the knees. But either way, we're going to lower down, reverse push-ups. Elbows hug your ribs all the way to your stomach. Untuck your toes, draw your shoulders back, squeeze elbows together. Cobra pose, mainly lifting up with head, neck, and chest. Maybe your hands can hover. We'll take another breath or two here. Exhale, come back down. Pressing back into the hands and knees, making your way back into a downward facing dog. All right, so for my downward facing dog, I like to step in a little closer. I have very tight hamstrings. I need that bend in my knees. But basically, you want to feel a nice stretch in your legs, heels pressing down towards your calves, in your back, and then also in your arms and your shoulders. All right, from here, we're gonna look forward. Step your left foot forward this time. We're gonna send the back knee down and back. All right, we're setting up for the low lunge on the other side. Front knees over your ankle. Take your time to get up, find your balance, draw your shoulders back, lengthen through your spine, settle in. When you're ready, you can reach the arms up, drawing the shoulders down and back again. Deep breath. All right, we'll bring the hands back down. We're gonna lift that back knee up. Step your back foot forward, coming to a forward fold. And next inhale, we'll come all the way up, lengthen through your spine, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna do that again, just starting with the opposite foot first. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from your hips. Take a big step back with your right foot. Send the right knee down and back. Left knee over your ankle. Make your way up. This time we're gonna come to cactus arms. So opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulders together in the back. Option to look up, maybe a little bit of a back bend, your choice. Good, and then we'll bring the hands down. Lift the back knee up, step your front foot back to a plank. Option to drop the knees, or you can stay here. We're gonna lower down super slow, elbows hug the ribs. Either coming all the way down to the cobra like we did before, or you can come to an up dog with straight arms, only the tops of the feet on the mat, drawing the shoulders back, looking up. Take your time here, and then making your way into downward facing dog, taking a few breaths here, resetting. Always option to find any movement, maybe bending the knees, coming up on the toes. All right, from here, we're gonna take that right foot. So bring it up high towards your chest to try to get it towards your feet. If it doesn't come all the way up, just grab that ankle, bring it all the way up. Send the back knee down and back. Make your way into that low lunge again. Cactus arms. Squeezing the shoulders together in the back. Option, a little bit of a back bend. Coming back to your breath. And we'll bring the hands down. You're gonna lift the back knee up. Take a big step forward, coming to a forward fold. Next inhale, reach up. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, very good. From here, we're gonna add on a little bit of a flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and step back to the top of the plank. Get an option to come down to your knees or just lower down, coming to a cobra or upward facing dog. And then making your way into downward facing dog. Just briefly, we're gonna reach that right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Flex the foot, heels up towards the sky. From here, bend the knee, open the hip up, stretch it out. Still pressing into that nice down dog. Deep breath. All right, from here, right knee high to the chest, right foot through, send the back knee down and back. Very good. All right, front knees over your ankle. From here, let's take 2 to 3 deep breaths. Feeling that nice stretch underneath the leg and the hip. Also on the other side, we're gonna walk our hands back to a half splits pose, squaring the hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Bring your forehead down towards that knee. Good, from here we're gonna come forward again. Stretch it out. Deep breaths. And then walking your hands back, half splits pose again, feeling that nice stretch underneath the hamstring. Good, and then coming forward one more time. All right, from here we're gonna transition to a high lunge. So first, lift that back knee up, straighten through that back knee. Maybe stagger your feet just a little for balance, just a little tip. We're gonna make our way up. So maybe coming in stages to find your balance, staying low, lengthen through your spine, reach the arms up, good. So this takes a lot of leg strength, a lot of balance. Just coming back to your breath to find that inner peace, inner calmness. All right, from here, you're gonna take your right hand down, reach that left arm up, reach it back a little bit of a twist as we reach back. Good. Coming back up, we're gonna open up to warrior two, just spin that back heel down, hips square to the long edge of the mat. Relax the shoulders, maybe straighten that knee a little bit, settle back in. Looking towards your front fingers, we're gonna flip that front palm up, back hand down, reach up, reach back, reverse warrior, keeping a nice bend in that front knee. Good. From here, we're gonna cartwheel the hands down, spin that back heel up, step your front foot back, coming to a plank, and then we're gonna go through low vinyasa, lowering down to an up dog or cobra, drawing the shoulders up and back. Exhale, making your way back into a downward facing dog. Same thing on the other side. Three-legged down dog, left leg reaches up. Flex that foot, stretch it out, then bend the knee, open up the hip. Deep breath. Still pressing the chest towards your upper thighs. And then you're gonna bring that left knee high to your chest, left foot through. Send that back knee down and back again. Just pausing here for a few breaths. It's one of my favorite stretches, just right here. From here, we're gonna walk the hands back, coming to the half splits pose. Other side, squaring the hips, left hip back, right hip forward. Forehead comes down towards that front knee. Your hamstrings tight, little bend in that front knee is okay. And then we're gonna come forward again. A few more breaths here, sinking in. Walking your hands back. One more time, half splits pose. Seeing if you can go a little bit deeper this time. We're gonna come forward again. We're gonna set up for our high lunge. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee up, straight through that back leg. Option to stagger the feet a little bit for balance. This high lunge is a little bit of a balance pose. All right, when you're ready, make your way up. Lengthen through your spine. Keep a nice bend in that front knee, knees over the ankle if possible. Reach some arms up. We're going to settle in here. Maybe trying to straighten through that back knee. Drawing the shoulders back, shoulders towards the ears. A few deep breaths here. All right, we're going to take this hand back towards our back leg. Reach up, reach back. Good. Coming back to that high lunge, spinning the back heel down. Warrior two on the other side. Relax the shoulders. Nice bend in that front knee. Looking towards your left fingertips, settling in. Energetically squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Legs are working really hard at this point. Flip the front palm up, back hand down, reach up and back. Nice side stretch. Keeping the bend in your front knee. Good. From here, cartwheel the hands down, lift the back foot up, step your front foot back. Going through a vinyasa, lower down. Up dog or cobra pose, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, from here, we're gonna step our feet through to the center, cross at the ankles, just come to a seat. We're gonna do a few rounds of boat pose, just to work a little bit on the core. So starting out, draw the shoulders back, keep the knees bent, reach the arms forward, lean back a little bit. All right, we're just gonna start with one leg. So you're gonna bring one foot, kind of maybe bringing it 90 degrees to start with, point the toes to just really engage the leg. Option to keep that knee bent, or you can straighten the knee, keeping the knees towards each other, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch sides, so maybe just staying here, working on bringing that chest forward, energy through the arms, or you can work towards straightening that leg for 5, 4, point the toes, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can hug your knees in towards your chest. All right, from here, we're gonna work towards both legs. Draw the shoulders back. Option 1, just to come up on the tiptoes. Option 2, hover the toes. Maybe just stay here. Option 3, knees bent. Energy reaches forward. Option 4, work towards straightening the legs, embracing the shakiness. Deep breaths. All right, we're gonna slowly lower down, but not all the way. Just shoulders above the mat. Inhale. Exhale, make your way back up. Maybe knees bent, maybe legs straight. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Pause here, inhale. Exhale, make your way back up. We're gonna do one more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale. Exhale, come back up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Very good. All right, from here, just easy twist. So just to relieve any tension in your back, just one hand to opposite knee, looking over that shoulder. Deep breath. Good, and then we'll just switch sides. Come through the center, switch sides. Back through to the center. From here, we're going to do just a few yin yoga poses. Typically, yin yoga poses are held 3 to 5 minutes. So we're just going to do about 3 of these poses, hold them a little bit longer. All right, we're going to start out with puppy pose. I like to call it puppy pose or melted heart pose. So you're going to start on your hands and knees. And you might want a little extra cushion for your knees because we'll be in the knees for a little while. Keep the hips up high over the knees, and then you're going to come down. So you're going to bring your forehead down, reach your arms forward, and because we're holding this pose longer, check the time, because we're holding the pose longer, you don't need to bring your chin down. You want it to be a little bit more relaxed here. You want the hips up over the knees. To be a little bit more gentle in this pose, you would bring the knees back a little bit more like a child's pose. All right, so we're going to take a moment in this pose, in this stretch, And I want you to think about where you are feeling the stretch in your body. Everyone is a little bit different, but mostly this particular pose is targeting the upper body. So it's targeting the areas of the upper back, the arms, and the shoulders. So notice how you're feeling there. Try to let those muscles relax. In Yin Yoga, it's important we relax the muscles because we actually want to stretch the tissues beyond the muscles. And if the muscles are tensing up, we're more stretching the muscles. Come back to your breath in this pose. Try to find some stillness. Stillness and calmness in your body and in your mind. Using your breath as a tool to return to if your mind starts to become too busy. From here, take about 2 to 3 more deep breaths. And then nice and slow, we're going to make our way out of the pose. And we're going to come through to a counter pose or a transition pose. So here we're going to bring our feet together, sit back into a child's pose variation. And then to relieve the arms, counter pose for the arms and shoulders, take your hands back, palms up. Bring your forehead down. Just a few more breaths here. Countering that deep stretch that we just did. All right, very good. From here, we're going to come to a seat. We're going to do one more pose. It's called shoelace pose or half shoelace pose. So go ahead and start with one foot forward. You're going to cross, doesn't matter which side, cross the other foot on top. One option is to stay here, staying up high. But if you can, you're going to work towards moving that foot forward, and if you can, stacking the knees on top of each other. If that's not possible, you can stay here. All right, so this is one option with the foot out long. It stretches your hamstring, stretches the outside of your hip. If you can, without too much trouble, if you think you can hold it, an option is to bend this knee that's out straight. All right, and come to a full shoelace pose. Both poses are perfectly fine. It's just whichever one you're comfortable with, which one you want to hold. You don't want this hip wants to lift up. You want it to be able to come back down. If it can't, then maybe you want to bring that leg out. All right, so from here, you have the option to take your feet, bring the heels in close to you. So this is going to make the stretch a little, you're going to feel the stretch a little bit less, actually, if you bring the heels in close. If you kind of walk the feet away, you'll actually start to feel the stretch a little bit more, working towards stacking the knees. So this is not possible for everyone to do. It's quite challenging, so don't worry if your leg is out straight. From here, we're going to draw the shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Just take a moment and notice where in your body you're feeling the stretch. Right. From here, we're just going to add a little bit of an arm stretch as well. So whatever knee's on top, take that opposite arm across, drawing the shoulder down and back. All right, from here we're going to open up both arms actually. And whatever knee is on top, take that opposite arm underneath the other arm. We're gonna come to eagle arms. So giving yourself a hug, one option to stay right here. If you can, crossing at the elbows, bringing your hands together. Okay, another option is you don't have to do that twist. You can just bring the elbows together here, which this in itself is quite challenging. You want to lift your elbows up so they're kind of in line with your shoulders. Your gaze is just right at your forearms in front of you, your wrists in front of you. A few deep breaths here. Squeezing the shoulder blades together in the front. From here, we're going to inhale, open up. Good. Exhale, release. All right, from here, to go a little bit deeper into the pose, we're going to start to come forward. So maybe just starting out, coming forward just partially. And then as you get more comfortable, you're going to start to fold forward a little bit more. And then eventually you can just relax your head, relax your shoulders. As you come forward, that increases the stretch in the outside of your hips. Connect with your body. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. And try to consciously release and relax into the pose. For Yin Yoga, we hold the poses longer. So your muscles don't need to be engaged as much. We want to stretch the tissues beyond the muscles, which are a little bit less flexible, that take a little bit more time to access. But by stretching these tissues in the joints and the tissues even in the bones, it helps kind of bring back that fluidity that in the joints and the bones that we lose over time. It helps bring that back, that flexibility that we just naturally lose in the aging process. That's one reason Yin Yoga is just so important. It really helps to prevent injuries. It's really good for cross training. It's a complement to Yang lifestyle, Yang movement. So that's, cardio, Vinyasa yoga, high energy, busyness. It's good to have both. And Yin is the kind of the quieter, slower balance. Okay, let's take 2 or 3 more deep breaths here. And then moving nice and slow, you're going to walk your hands back. Pause, sitting up straight. And then you're going to untwist your legs. All right. So you'll feel that kind of that little tension, a little bit of stickiness right away. So we're going to take our time with our counter stretches and our transition poses. So take your feet out wide. Drop both knees to one side and then to the other. This helps relieve tension in our back. Just bring some movement back to our legs. Usually we just need a little bit of time before we switch to the other side to give those tissues a little time to restore. If you want a nice counter pose is a reverse tabletop. So bringing your hands behind you, lifting the hips up, maybe dropping the head back. This is a nice counter stretch for any type of forward fold. Good. And then you can come back down and we're going to switch sides. So whatever leg you had out long, go ahead and switch. Cross that foot over. Just kind of pause here, seeing where you're at on this side. So one side might be a little bit different than the other. That's perfectly normal. And seeing if you can walk that foot over to stack the knees. If you can't, that's also normal. So just being okay with where you're at, not trying to judge it. All right, either staying here or you can bend that knee back if you can do it fairly comfortably. Make sure both sit bones are down. Maybe bring the heels in. You can kind of see which variation you like better. Or to get a little bit deeper in the stretch, you can walk the feet out a little bit. trying to stack the knees. All right, just sitting up nice and tall to start out with. Deep breaths. And we're going to do that arm stretch on the other side. So whatever knee's on top, take that other arm across, shoulder down and back. Or just kind of make sure you switch and do the opposite that you did last time. All right, from here we're going to inhale, open up. And you're going to take that hand that you just had across, you're going to bring it underneath. Give yourself a big hug. Option to stay here, drawing the shoulders together in the front. If you want to go a little bit further, crossing at the elbows, coming to eagle arms, or just bringing the forearms together. And drawing the elbows up. So they're in line with the shoulders. Gaze is just towards the wrist, the forearms. A few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, we're going to open up the arms, open up the chest. All right, so from here, we're going to start to come forward a little bit to get a little bit deeper into the hips. If your leg is out straight, you'll get a little bit more into the hamstring. Maybe just coming forward halfway to start out with. And then going a little bit deeper. So even after holding a stretch for just 30 seconds, you should be able to go a little bit further. In Yin Yoga, in each pose, you want to come to your edge in the pose. That can be kind of a tricky thing. In Yin Yoga, your edge is that area where you're feeling a good stretch, but you're not forcing it, you're not overdoing it, you're not yanking, and you're not pulling. So you want to make sure you're working, but also being able to relax in that work. Because also if your muscles are tense, you're not really getting into the tissues beyond the muscles. You're just stretching the muscles, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but you're not going maybe as deep as you could, is what the Yin Yoga is intended for. All right, from here, just coming back to your breath, maybe trying to find some stillness, using this as a time for just a mindfulness or meditation. Just 2 to 3 more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, take your time. So in Yin Yoga, everything is slow. Moving nice and slow. Pause at the top. Just staying here for a breath or two. And then when you're ready, untwisting your legs. Maybe just shaking them out a little bit. And then you can take the feet out wide. Just windshield wiper your knees side to side a few times. All right, so from here, we're going to make our way down to our back. So coming all the way down to your back. Just want you to go ahead and reach your arms up overhead. Maybe point your toes. Stretch it out. All right. From here, we're gonna come to and Yin Yoga is called banana pose. So bring your hips, maybe scooch them over to the left side of your mat. You're gonna walk your feet over to the right side, you're crossing your left ankle on top of your right. You're gonna grab your elbows up overhead and just use them to frame your head. From here, you're going to start to inch your upper body towards the right. So you're in this banana shape. Your hips are to the left. your upper body's towards the right and your legs, your lower body's towards the right. This is a great stretch for the side of your body. So starting all the way from your ankles up through your legs, your waist, your arms, a nice long stretch through the sides. About 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then we're going to switch sides. So you can walk your feet back through to the center. And you want to bring your hips over towards the right side of your mat, just so you have a little bit of room. Walk your feet over to the left. Bring your right ankle on top. Both sit bones are down. Grab your elbows up overhead. Bring that frame around your head and then inch your upper body over to the left side, making that banana shape on the other side. And then just coming back to your breath here, enjoying that stretch. So the sides of your body and your obliques, they can get really tight if you do a lot of sitting throughout the day. So if you're at a desk, maybe sitting, driving. So doing these kind of side stretches can be really helpful for maybe helping alleviate that tightness or any other type of tension or pain that might cause anywhere else in your body. All right, from here, let's take 1 or 2 more breaths. Walk your feet back through to the center, upper body back to the center. You can bend your knees. Go ahead, hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead up towards your knees, curling up into a tight little ball. And then from here, we're going to make our way into a Shavasana. So it's just going to be a brief Shavasana for right now. Letting your feet open up to the side, maybe arms out to the side. If you sometimes have lower back pain, a nice alternative or option for Shavasana is feet out wide, knees just kind of dropping in towards each other. Taking a moment, getting out any fidgeting, and then just scanning your body. Noticing if you have any places left of tension and trying to consciously release that area. Allow it to sink a little bit deeper into the mat. And really just let your body get heavy. Relax. Just coming to a normal, natural breath. Not trying to control your breath in any way. From here, take a nice deep inhale in through your nose. Complete exhale out through your mouth. Again, inhale in through your nose. Complete exhale out through your mouth. Start to roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists, just bringing some movement back to your body. From here, we'll bend our knees. Reach your arms up overhead, like you're just waking up in the morning. take your time, roll onto your side. Maybe pause there for a breath or two. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself all the way up to a seat. And we'll finish here by bringing our hands to our heart center. Take one more deep inhale, reach your arms out and up. Press your palms together, exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Take a moment to just feel this sense of peacefulness. Feel a sense of gratitude. And allow that positive energy that you feel from your practice right now to be a benefit to yourself and the rest of the people around you throughout the day. All right, thank you all for practicing with me. Namaste.